with us in our final segment. So, any more other suggestions? Because I'm speaking this way because I'm aware of certain VIPs in the past who to this day just don't even want to have their guns licensed. I'm talking about the former Secretary of National Defense even who says, who is cussing the system because, to go through all this process, there must be, as you said, no? For the neuro, he can go to an accredited instead of going to Krame. You know what I'm saying? I don't also see congressmen lining up in Krame or senators lining up in Krame. There must be a system that we don't know that they're using. So what I'm saying is, dapat pare-pareho lang, no? So, what do you think? What other improvements can be made?
Well, I think for one, it has to really be hand in hand with the technology. When the online LTAP renewal came in, people are no longer asked to line up in Krame.
Okay.
They just take the test and then they scan the requirements. They set a schedule when they will pick up the approved LTAP.
That makes a lot of sense.
Then when you pick up your LTAP, you just submit the original documents.
By appointment, that's what you're saying?
That's by appointment, like at the NBI clearance.
That's what the President has been saying.
Yes. But it's also only applicable right now for the online LTAP renewal.
Okay.
It's not yet applicable for the LTAP first-time application.
Okay.
So they're still working on the system right now.
So for if you're renewing, online pwede na?
Online pwede na.
And then the payment is also online?
Yes.
And then you just print it?
Yes.
Okay. I remember there used to be a time when our gun licenses were, like a credit card. Are you guys looking into that? Because even the LTAP is like this big and
letter size.
And then you have to laminate it or else it can get wet, it can get torn. Are you guys looking at that? No?
The association wrote to the FEO a few months ago, asking the PNP to start issuing the licenses.
Okay.
Their response was that they are working on it and they are hoping to implement the license card soon.
Okay, how about the LTAP? Same thing? EJ, what do you think? Don't you think the LTAP should be also like a credit card type?
Yeah, that's what Dino was talking about. Because the PTC are like credit card types, as you mentioned.
Yes.
There were plans in the past. But due to like supplier issues, it didn't, it didn't get fruitful, results. Yeah, that's one thing that we're trying to talk with FEO. So the Association of Firearms and also the Firearms Office are trying to work together to be able to start printing licenses again.
How about the LTAP also including the gun licenses, no? Or the same, no? So like when you guys go out on the range, you're bringing the LTAP? You have to.
Well, you have to. If we're gonna be technical about the law, you
put it in a folder. You put it in a wallet. It must be. What is the condition of your LTAP now?
I normally have a photocopy in my vehicle in a folder.
Okay, and then the original
I leave it at home.
Because it's me, I have multiple copies. Yeah,
you have multiple copies.
Yeah,
but you have it in a huge
envelope.
Envelope.
Yeah.
Okay. Some people, what they do is they miniaturize it.
I saw that on the
they miniaturize it, no? And even the licenses are miniaturized already. So, pwedeng ganun, ano?
Pwede rin. It's
a hard area kasi if like the authorities are not aware, they could say na pineke mo to
That's what I'm saying. So it puts us again in a difficult situation. It's like as if the law-abiding citizen is always the one given a hard time.
I think the PNP wasn't really prepared when they started implementing RA 10591, which is why we're having these issues right now. But
how about PTCs now? What's those who require permit to carry firearms? I know of a chief of staff. My God, he's carrying a gun with no PTCs, and it makes a lot of sense why he needs, to carry a firearm here in Manila, but when he goes to local unit there, gives him bodyguards. But my goodness, for a former chief of staff to be given a hard time, there must be a better way.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you there.
Oo.
There are certain professions
Yeah.
that needs to be reviewed,
Yes.
especially retiring officials who were exposed to
Yes.
criminal elements before,
Yes.
and siguro to some extent maybe their wives who are
Yes.
also exposed to.
Yes.
So it's something na it would be good for
Oo.
for the BNP to be able to review then.
Oh.
So
Are you guys making some, some proposals on this?
We had initial discussions with Congress about this, where although honestly I think there's not enough time for this set of Congress to work on an amendment, but these are items that have been discussed for possible amendment to the law.
I'll ask you both on this. Because the process has been so tedious, are you aware that certain individuals or many individuals in the provinces will just say, I'll just wait for the caravan. And then, as of now, their licenses are all illegal actually. Are you aware of this?
yeah,
I think
one
that's
of
what I'm saying.
well, not really illegal but
Oh.
expired
Expired. But you're
license.
actually illegal possession. What
Yeah.
happens is illegal possession, expired no, di ba, license and all that.
You cannot use it.
You cannot use
Yeah,
it.
you
Oh.
cannot use it. But
And then the police can go into your house and knock and can arrest you actually, no? Yeah.
yeah, they're trying to solve things one step at a time,
Oo.
because when the law was implemented and it's relevant IRR,
Yes.
it has a lot of birthing pain. So one of the things that our current chief of PNP see as a potential help to this growing problem is to provide a provisional LTOP,
Mm-hmm.
which you can just obtain for I think about 500 pesos and a government ID for you to be able to transfer your firearm to another firearm holder, LTOP holder that has a valid license. So if you don't want to renew your firearm anymore, you will be able to legally transfer it to someone who can, get your firearm, and maybe you can recover some of the costs when you bought the firearm.
I have a question for both of you. You have a gun, your license is expired, you automatically become what? Illegal possession of firearms, no? Hindi ba pwedeng penalty lang yun? It's like you fail to renew, you pay so much.
Well, the PNP right now is, you mentioned yung kakatukin ka ng pulis. The
Oo.
PNP is encouraging people to renew.
Okay.
If you have an expired license right now, the police may come to your house,
Yes.
but only to remind you to
Okay.
renew.
Okay.
But-
Not to arrest you.
Not to arrest you. But if, from what I've heard, if you fail to renew by the third time that they visit you,
They'll arrest you.
they'll confiscate the firearm.
That's
Not
SOP.
arrest you.
That's SOP.
That's what I heard. I'm not sure if it's
SOP.
The SOP right
Oo,
now.
oo.
But of course, the confiscation will be officially recorded with the
Oo.
receipt as proof that the PNP has claimed your firearm.
Because like I know some friends of mine, they're from Negros, from Cebu, from Bacolod. They'll just say, I'll just wait for the bahala na. So, I mean, there must be a way to bring all this up and then make it easier for the citizen to be able to,
Well,
regularize their licenses.
That's what the association has been doing ever since the LTAP started, way back in 2013. We have been holding LTAP caravans
Okay.
to bring the services out of Camp Crame
Okay.
to a more convenient location, so that people may be able to, or will be encouraged to avail of the LTAP. But if the firearm owner is no longer interested in having a firearm just because masyado mahirap ang LTAP, I would like to reiterate the statement of EJ. There's an LTAP, provisional LTAP that will be launched tomorrow, Tuesday, August 15,
Okay.
which will allow those with expired licenses to legally transfer their firearms to their
okay.
next of kin. or-
Provisional ito.
Provisional. So just to be able, let's say ako may expired. Ayoko na mag-LTAP. It's too hard for me. But I have a expired license for a firearm, which I can just sell. Dahil ayoko na malugi. I just need to apply for the provisional LTAP and then I can transfer to EJ.
Another thing, malikot kasi ang isip ko eh. How long have you been a gun holder?
Since 2003.
EJ.
Well, I can't remember exactly, pero about 2011 siguro or
Okay.
2010.
There must be, I don't know, how would they call it? There must be a point system here that says that these people have been legal firearms holder responsible for so many years. I mean, why, di ba? I
Why
mean,
have them go through the...
yeah, the same hoop over and over again. It's not like it's the first time to apply. I can understand first time, they give you a hard time, but God, 10 years, 15 years, 7 years, why do you have to make you jump over the same hoop again?
The problem is the law.
Precisely.
The law says that we have to go, every
Wala
firearm
bang
owner,
legislative effort dyan na para, ba?
well, it will come with the amendment.
And to think there are many gun holders among the senators, or probably they think just because they're senators, they don't have to jump through the hoop. That's why they're not so focused on the law. EJ, yun ang tingin mo?
I wouldn't say that kasi
Oh.
we had other clients that were in position but they complied
They complied.
discreetly, but
Oh.
they complied.
But did they appear in krame?
Yes, they appeared in
Okay.
Rame. They went through the lines. Siyempre, you have your VIP, he has his personnel. They will sit for the person muna.
Oo.
And kapag ka nandun na, just not to expose the VIP,
Oo.
yung tao niya na nakapila doon, pag malapit na sa harapan, magpapalit sila ng pwesto. Just
What do you
because
think
you
of
don't
of empowering the regional directors of the PNP? Diba? They're RDs. You either trust them or you don't. And then if you don't, you just fire them. And then yung pinag-usapan natin off camera,
I would think it's
Diba?
a good system kasi for you to be able to show trust to the regional
oo,
offices.
di ba?
At the same
Oo.
time, in any process, as
Oo.
long as there's a bottleneck,
Yeah.
yun ang nagpapabagal ng proseso. Like now, most of these problems we see with LTAP is because of bottlenecks na ito, 3 weeks dito, 2 weeks doon,
Yes, oo.
2 weeks dito. Even yung sarili mong requirements na ano is...
Oh, Dino, he's saying this. You remember what he's saying. Sige, go ahead.
Sorry.
Yeah, mabutin madinig. Sige, go ahead.
Yeah, so if we remove all bottlenecks,
Oo.
you will see yung actual na ano ba yung kailangan natin na ayusin. Remove muna yung mga unnecessary processes na
Oo.
yung mga wait times. After no, makita mo, ito pala yung mga kailangan lang talaga to prove that someone is a law-abiding citizen that can be
Yeah.
allowed to
Why don't we test the waters with the regional directors, di ba? And then, pagbayad ng applicant, yun nga, sabi ko, pwede namang isang account lang lahat yan eh. And then, of course, para hindi naman magalit yung Chief PNP, automatic review. Di ba? So, hindi naman siya parang tinanggalan ng kapangyarihan. No? What do you think of that, EJ?
I'm not in the position.
No, pero your opinion lang, your opinion. Sige. Mukhang okay, no?
My
Kasi,
opinion is-
kawawa naman yung mga, di ba?
wala namang mawala if we try it out.
Can you imagine, nasa Iloilo ka. Oh, you're all the way somewhere in, San Jose Negros Oriental. Or in Daang Bantayan, Cebu. I mean, yung RD na lang ang, di ba?
One of the issues that was brought up is the law authorizes the chief PNP to approve firearm licenses. In turn, the chief PNP authorizes
delegate it.
delegates it to the chief firearm
Oh.
explosives office.
Oh.
I think from what I've been told, the legal minds are saying that the chief FEO cannot further delegate it
Okay.
down the line. The
How about
approval.
if the Chief PNP is the one that will, delegate it to the RDs?
That will require the amendment of the implementing rules, I think.
Okay. Final question to both of you. Of course, not everybody believes that citizens should have firearms, no? That's a long discussion, and we'll have to go back to history regarding that and revolutions. But anyway, there are people that said, it's only the AFP and the PNP that should have firearms. The citizens should not have any guns. Your final statements. I'll start with you, EJ.
Well, responsible gun owners,
Yeah.
especially the ones who carry permit to carry firearms
Yes.
outside residence, are have a mindset of being prepared for anything, and it's not just to defend
Yes.
their family members, even to defend the society.
Yes.
So
Strangers, di ba?
yeah, strangers. So well, someone at say a particular bus stop or while riding a bus and there's another person who is carrying a gun legally,
Mhm.
most of the people there are under the protection of the guy, of the civilian who is a law-abiding citizen
Okay.
who carries his firearm. So kung pag may masamang elemento,
Siya ang
he
first
is there.
responder.
Yeah, he is the first responder, and it's not fair for.
Very briefly lang.
Well, in a perfect world, we have enough policemen dapat.
Yes.
But statistically, it has been proven that we require one policeman for every 750 people,
Okay.
citizen.
And it's
And we
not
only
happening.
have one out of 500. So, kulang.
At the end of the day, we cannot expect the police to be everywhere.
yes, that is correct.
They are not like God. They can be everywhere. So we need responsible gun owners as first responders to protect our families and to protect the society which we live in. And at the end of the day, to protect our democracy. Di ba? Ganun lang kasimple yun. So thank you very much to both of you. You enlivened the discussion and you put fire again on this issue which seems to be in the slumbers. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Dino and EJ. No?
Thank you.
Ito po si Eric Espina, palagi po nagsasabi sa inyong magmasid, makialam, higit sa lahat ay manindigan dahil wala pong magmamahal sa Pilipino kung hindi ang Pilipino. Daghang salamat, mayong gabi, kaninyong tanan.